Hey guys, this is a video overview of the new Quake 1 episode that was recently released for free by Machine Games. At first, I wasn't sure what to call this episode as the file name was simply labeled as DOPA, but in a recent tweet by Simon O'Callaghan, I discovered that the episode is named Dimension of the Past, and it is actually labeled as Episode 5. The base Quake 1 game contained 4 episodes, so it's appropriate that this would be named Episode 5. When first loading into the episode, you're going to be introduced with a difficulty select intro level, just like the base game. The leftmost path takes you to easy, the middle, normal, and naturally the right will take you to hard. Once you've entered a difficulty portal, you will be presented with the entrance to the episode. However, there is a hidden yet easily found nightmare difficulty. All footage of the episode is featuring nightmare difficulty and is the difficulty that I completed the episode on. In addition to the introduction difficulty select level, the episode contains 9 levels, including 1 secret level and 1 multiplayer variant of that same secret level. Footage of each will be shown in this video. I'll go ahead and lay down the names of the episode of the levels as well. So the first level is the military base, which makes sense because it's full of grunts and has kind of like an industrial feel to it. The next one is the power supply, which is also really appropriate, which you'll see when we're running through the level. The next level is the Dark Days, that's episode 3, level 3. Level 4 is named the Catacombs. Level 5, the Stronghold. Level 6, the Underworld. Level 7, the Otherworld. And then level 8, which is called End, is the Year Zero. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a 9 Inch Nails song, maybe an album, I don't know. Also appropriate, though, because 9 Inch Nails did the soundtrack for the original Quake 1 game. So it's cool that they kind of have a nod in here for that. There's a secret level I also found when I was looking at the maps list through the console, and that's the House of Doom. Fairly difficult level, full of like knights and death knights. Quite difficult, especially on Nightmare. Now, there's also a deathmatch level of that same House of Doom secret single-player level, except it's called the Theater of Doom, which also is pretty cool and appropriate since it's kind of a multiplayer. It should be a multiplayer map. It is a multiplayer map. It's actually called E5DM, so deathmatch, right? So there's different spawn locations also for like the items and gear and everything like that, as opposed to what it's like in the single-player level. So you'll see that towards the end of the video as well. So at this point, you've already seen some footage from the first episode. This is the second episode, the power plant. And as you can see, the objective of the level is to repower both sides of the level so that you can pass through. The level, kind of like the first one, it's full of grunts. However, it introduces a new enemy. The, I forget what they're called, the guys with the laser rifles. Enforcers, I think. So they're full of the level is full of them. There's a lot of them, and it is appropriate, right? Because they drop cells, they have an energy weapon, you're the power plant, so stuff. It's pretty cool. So once you power each side of the room, you're presented with kind of like an arena fight where there's a ton of them that spawn or a ton of them in the room that you have to get through. So I've highlighted some other points. So we've already taken care of one side of the level. Now we got to power up this side. This side is powered by quad damage, which is pretty awesome. We get to grab it and we get to clear out the enforcers and grunts and small dogs. It's kind of unfortunate, but so yeah, I mean, we just tear through them here. They don't stand a chance. Even on Nightmare, you're just wrecking them. So we go through. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I intended for this video to be much shorter than what it was, but I recorded way too much footage, and a lot of it I thought was pretty cool and pretty fitting to kind of give a picture of what the episode is like. So it's almost 20 minutes long, so we'll just have to kind of talk through it here. This part towards the end of the level was a trap. I hope I didn't give away too much of it. How I got through the trap, it's probably pretty obvious at this point, but hopefully you just ignored it and was focused on my nearly incoherent rambling. So we're going up the elevator here towards the, I believe, the end of the level. And yeah, here we go. Just got to get through the few grunts here. So now we're into the Dark Days, level 3 of the Dark Days. So things changed quite a bit. It has quite a bit more of like a medieval feel, and we're introduced to some new enemies. We got some ogres. Ogres are going to be filled throughout the rest of the episode. I mean, there are a ton of ogres in this. We got some zombies here too. It should be worth noting there's no more, this might be a spoiler, so click ahead, but there's no more soldiers or enforcers throughout the entire episode. Everything else is ogres and the other more kind of like medieval themed enemies. I don't know if medieval is the right word, because you guys have grenade launchers, so I don't know. Either way, there's just no soldiers, I should say that. So we're going through this swamp area. We got our grenade launcher to get through it. They have a good amount of explosive ammo for us to use. So we're essentially traveling through the sewers, trying to activate or get different keys, I believe, in this level. And like I said, like tons of ogres. And we kind of have to be careful with them. Trying to go to each side, take out each side. We got some knights here going to try and run up to us. But we're able to get through them pretty easily. And it's actually, I say pretty easily. I think this is the level I had the most difficulty with out of the whole episode, oddly enough. Level 3. I know the difficulty scale a little weird. Like this level has some of the more interesting traps, and you kind of get trapped up there with some death knights and the nail gun walls. So it's tricky. I don't know. Tough to describe, but you'll see me die a few times. You already saw me die once here, so you're going to see me die again, no doubt. I eventually get through it, of course. And another thing about this level, and I think what might make it more difficult, honestly, is that there wasn't much ammo. And actually, it's kind of accurate for most of the episode. Ammo felt very tight, and that's probably because I was engaging things that I might not needed to, or killing things that I might not needed to. But usually if I encounter something, I kill it. I think there was only 1 or 2 times where I had to just run past stuff to be able to survive. But no, I try and kill almost everything that I come across here. And there's the key that I need to get up there. But of course it's surrounded with ogres lobbing grenades. So we're able to get rid of them here. It's pretty easy. I was able to stay kind of at the bottom of the stairs, and he's just throwing grenades over me. And it's funny, I say like ammo is a problem, but most of these clips shows me with like ample ammo and like ton of ammo pickups. So there are a lot of secrets. Some of them are really easy to find. Some of them very difficult. I'm going to say very difficult simply because I did not find them. I didn't look that hard though, so they might not be that difficult to find. Some of them were very easy to find. Very obvious. But it's cool. I mean, each level had a bunch of secrets, so I like that. That's awesome. I'm able to kind of get around these death knights by standing in between them and the or in between like the swamp, putting the water in between me and them, so they couldn't get over and get me. So I'm activating the next part. Another gate opens. Have to go through the next part of the sewer to try and get the next key to be able to move forward. And as you unlock different parts of the level and you're going through, enemies will spawn, keeping things interesting on each side. And I think this is the level 3 finale right here, which was pretty cool. These, I think they're called fiends, spawn behind you. And then you got to activate the pillars, and what do you think is going to happen here? Oh, more fiends. You knew it. You called it. I know you called it. But again, not too difficult to kill, even though, yeah, I'm at 6 life. Give you some health, and then we proceed to level 4, and this is the Catacombs. And it's appropriate, right? You saw the bones on the doors. We start by being able to jump a fiend on the bridge. They don't stand a chance. But then we look down here. There's no way to get across the bridge. I mean, you can get across the bridge, but it's a locked door, so we have to jump down here, deal with these fiends. Not too difficult. Have a good amount of shotgun ammo. I found that like these 2 levels particularly, we spent a lot of time knee deep in like swamp water or like sewage or something. I don't know what it is. These pretty cool traps here. So this is kind of a neat trap. You walk up The wall comes in, smashes anything there. I didn't get an opportunity to use it on an enemy, which was a shame. I should have. Like, it was really dumb. Like, I should have run and baited these guys in instead of wasting the ammo just to see what it would do. But I don't know. I just didn't think of it. I was just like, oh, I have a shotgun. Let's just use this, right? But the traps are creative and cool. Like, they did a really good job with this episode, really. It was very enjoyable, and it felt like it fit right in with the rest of the Quake 1 game. The level design is like top notch. When I saw this, that they released this for the anniversary of Quake 1, the 20th anniversary, I was like, oh, that's cool. There's probably a couple levels in here. It was a lot better than I was expecting. I should say it that way. And this was kind of cool. So we went up there. I had to evacuate the elevator. And then the ogres came down the elevator with it. It was kind of cool. If you noticed a second ago, they're kind of stacked up on each other when they were kind of piling in on there. That was kind of neat. Here's a secret. Not really a secret, but it was just kind of a difficult jump. Not shown. I did die a few times on the jump, so it's a secret, but it's more of like a challenge thing. I don't know if I'd call it a secret, but it's like if you want to try and make this jump, you can get some armor. Here's me playing really bad, just eating some grenades. I'm just running in a circle trying to get them to kill each other, trying to save a little bit of ammo. Take too much damage in the process. I don't remember if I lived through this or not, honestly. I'm recording the audio for this video after the fact, like way after the fact. I put the video for this together like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm just now doing the audio for it. And at the end of level 4, we have Shamblers and this broken spiral staircase. So we have to kind of do the Shambler shuffle here. Kill that one, and you're like, okay, easy, right? Let's just jump across it. Oh, another Shambler right behind you. So that sucked. I think there was 2 of them up there. There might have been more. I don't know. But that was pretty funny. This is level 5, the Stronghold. So more sewage water, more zombies. Okay. Now look at the texture here on the left on this wall. It's really cool. So it kind of breaks in there, and there's all these like people's faces like cut off and like taped to the wall or nailed to the wall or something. Pretty grim stuff. As you saw, we get our grenade launcher. We're shooting these flying creatures through like a broken hole in the wall. And the way the way they set up that hole looks good, like with the bricks actually broken out, like where it looks like it actually would be broken. Take care of some zombies with the rocket launcher. Not a big deal. Got plenty of explosive ammo. And then there's like blood draining into the sewer. And then we come up from the sewer into this part, catch these Death Knights off guard. Unfortunately, they have a ranged attack, but we're able to take care of it. It's not that big a deal. I thought it was just cool that we're coming up from like the sewer to take care of these guys. I know, a secret. Whoa. Yeah, anything with kind of an off texture, is typically a secret. That stays true throughout this episode as well. So no big surprises there. For the Death Knight, we got to dispatch. And then back into the sewer. I think this is one of the times where I just run. I'm just like, oh, the hell with it. You save the ammo. Low life. Got plenty of armor. Look at all this stuff going on. But I got to get back up there and get that gold key. Anyway. So I think this is towards the end of level 5. We get some quad damage, able to take out some people. And this is the level 5 finale. So like I said, each level has kind of a finale to it. Really cool stuff. You have to activate these pillars, and you have these things that shoot these like homing explosive like orbs at you. Pretty tricky stuff, but a lot of fun to try and figure out and do. Take a lot of damage from those things, and the whole time you have these Death Knights chasing you. Well, anyway, here's the beginning of level 6. This is the Underworld, and we start off with some ogres that just obliterate you. And then you have these guys with the explosion homing things again, right towards the beginning of the level. So it's just like, they don't start you off too easy here. And then we got, I don't know if it's showing it. This is the part where I have to like run. I just have to run. I don't think I have the ammo to deal with those guys. And of course, in the middle of my run, they put a mega health there, and you're just like, oh, I gotta stop and grab it. But yeah, I just book it through there. I can't deal with it. And they added the wind tunnels from the first game in here. from the original Quake 1. I thought that was really cool that they added that mechanic back in for this level. So you'll see in a second once I kill this Death Knight that I have to jump up through there to get the next part of the level, which is pretty cool. And then we get the gold key, and we're able to get towards the last part of the level. Is this the finale? I don't know. I unlocked both part of the doors, or open that door with the gold key, and then like an ogre just spawns behind you, so you're just like, what? So yeah, we have to do some platforming. There's lava and a floating platform going over it. So we actually have to be kind of careful not to fall in the lava, and just ride the platform and not, fall off or anything like that. And then boom, surprise, ogres, grenades. Yeah, really cool level design, catches you totally off guard. I really enjoyed that part. It was really cool. So this is level 7, the Otherworld, that we're seeing now. So before we had the Underworld, and now we're in the Otherworld. Kind of, normal stuff here. We got a lot of ogres, different doors opening. We got water down there, but gonna be about knee deep in it. And then we eat a grenade, right? No, we eventually get through it here. Go up the elevator. Totally forget what's up here. A mega health, but also one of the things that shoots the homing explosions. Just, more ogres, right? That's kind of been a theme of these later levels. Not too difficult to kill, but in big numbers they can be really annoying. So we take care of them without too much of a problem. I'm trying to remember where we're at. I think this is towards the end of the level, right? I don't remember. But you go up to that door, and then boom, some fiends spawn. The way to open the door is you have to hit that button behind them. I don't know, there's just bad play there. And then the end of the level is guarded by all these shamblers. This is also kind of a tricky part here, so we have to kind of kite them back. I gotta get in the sewage and get through. Fortunately, though, we get some quad damage at towards the beginning of level 8. This is the House of... No. This is the end. This is the year 0. So this is the last episode if you're playing through it like chronologically. If you just boot up the game and you play through the game. So this is the last level of the year 0. A lot of shamblers, a lot of stuff like that. Should remind you of the last level of Quake 1, that orb. So that going around, not the orb, but the island with the in the lava. Should look pretty familiar, but we actually go under it here. And the door behind you closes, so if you're trying to kite the Death Knights, you're going to be trapped, and there's no way to get back out once that door is shut. And there was there's Death Knights on both sides here, so we kind of have to kite them back while killing them before we get our back to the door, and we're trapped and screwed. We eventually get through it, though. Here's the secret level. What was it called? The House of Doom. So here's the House of Doom, full of Death Knights, full of just normal knights. I'm talking a lot of them. You're gonna see me having to just like sprint out of here soon, just running, and you're gonna see a big group of them here in a minute as I just sprint through the level to see what it's all about. And I don't have any ammo. One of the reasons I don't have a lot of ammo or a lot of guns is because I had to load this level through the console, and you don't get all the guns and ammo that you had from the previous levels. So that's kind of a tricky part. Really cool though. I like that they kind of put this secret level in here. Very cool. But look at all these guys grouped up here. So not a lot left in the video here. I'm going to show you just a quick walkthrough of the deathmatch level. I'd love to play this and try it out with some people sometime, but I just want to do a major shout out to Machine Games for doing this episode. I loved it. It should be played by everyone. If you liked Quake 1, if you like that kind of id style first-person shooter, you have got to check this out. I highly recommend it. I put a link to it in the description below. Check it out. Play it. Tell me what you think in the comments below.